Hey everyone, welcome to episode 30 of the Tiny Disc Podcast, a show about games and life. I'm Robert Scarpanito, and I'm joined here by Jack Cepeda.
Top of the evening to everybody. Hi.
And Colin Sparling.
Just had to apologize in advance. I'm a little bit of a sicky boy this week. I caught the cold. Well, I mean, it's cold outside, but you know what I mean.
Just don't give us the virus.
Yeah, right. he's got the itis. Watch out.
And I'm gonna spew this cold all over the internet, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna give our computers the virus, which will then give us the virus.
Have you guys tried downloading more RAM?
Have you tried Alt F4 lately?
Yeah, tried deleting System 32 real quick.
Yeah, every time. So I want to talk to you guys about your morning routines.
Oh no,
weird.
How do you? I mean, I think it's interesting. What do you guys do before, or right after your feet roll out of bed and hit the floor? What are you guys doing? Because I know, well, first of all, for starters, I wake up in the morning, I'll go, oh fuck, that whole thing, I
sounds like you need an air purifier, man.
Sounds like you need a new nose.
I probably do, dude. I'm like, beyond being a sicky boy, I'm actually a pretty mucusy boy too.
Sounds like you need to cut down on the dairy.
And he's single, ladies.
Are you one of those dudes, dude? Are you one of those dudes that like take the one finger on the nostril and just snot rocket away? Are you one of those guys?
In the shower, or maybe when I used to play football.
Oh my god! So wait, I've heard about this too. Blowing your nose in the shower. You just blow your nose into your bare hands in the shower.
Into my drain? Like, wow. Why would I need to go? Why would I need to like? Why would there have to be a middleman?
That's intense.
That's intense, dude. I've heard about this. People will just take their bare hands, cup their nose in the shower, and just let it rip, and then rinse their hands off, I guess, and then proceed to shower. I don't know. And then also, like, what about the urination in the shower? Is that too personal a question?
I'm totally fucking cool with it.
I don't. I don't.
It's all, dude. It's all going in the same place. Your filth's coming off your body and going into that drain anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think it makes a difference.
Like, I don't judge people who do it, but I just feel like don't shit where you eat.
I know. It's like I can't.
I'm not eating in my fucking shower.
Do you not have a shower beer every now and then?
Oh man.
Fuck yeah, I have a shower beer, but all the fucking filth's going downwards, dude. That's called gravity.
Here's the thing, though. I wonder, right? Because you always get that problem, right? If you're not cleaning your shower regularly, you get that mold going. Well, urine is very, it's commonly known that that's very sterile. So I wonder if people that urinate in their shower or their tubs potentially have less mold going on in there. Questions for another day.
Maybe. I know I don't have any fucking mold in my shower. I know that much.
Dude, I can't fuck with that shit. I can't get down on peeing and snotting in the shower.
I'm not one of the...
I wait till like I'm done in the shower, and the first thing I do when I get out of the shower is blow my nose, because it's like, all that steam gets in there.
Right.
But I can't do it in the shower. And I always make sure I pee before I get in the shower too. So
see, yeah, or like, you always see, I see that meme going around on the internet where it's like taking a shit in the shower. How would it work? See, and it's like you just waffle stomp the shit out of it down the drain, or you open the curtain and you toss it in the toilet.
First you get a mashed potato smasher.
Oh, Jesus Christ, just stop.
Your feet work though. Your feet are fine too. I don't know. Shitting in the shower is kind of where I draw the line, because that's just
I wouldn't even fucking never. I'll fucking. Yeah, not even a thought.
Don't shit where you piss, right? That's the saying, right?
I guess not.
I mean, do you have two toilets, Jack?
A bidet, right? No.
He has a urinal and a toilet. He's
sorry
that
to
rich.
Everybody listening to this show. I'm so sorry we took this turn. But do you guys hear about...
Guys, I was just trying to ask about your morning routines, all right?
Wait. Did you guys hear about this story? This is real, about people who don't know how to use... You know what a bidet is, right?
Yeah. One of the greatest creations on mankind.
When people use it for the first time, they don't understand, and they like turn it like all the way up, like to 10 pressure, and then it ends up basically going the one place you really don't want it to go.
Oh, Jesus!
It's like an issue. So
I've never actually had to use one, or I've never had the chance to use one. Really, honestly,
me neither. Yeah, I've never. I mean, I've seen them, but I've never said, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember using one when I stayed in Japan for like a week or two, and that was unforgettable experience. You'll never forget your first time, boys.
Would you need like a lot of toilet paper? It seems like you need a lot of toilet paper to like dry
Yeah,
off.
well, I mean, you're fucking I mean, your shit gets wet, dude.
Here's the
That's
thing:
what happens.
when in Japan, at least, they have really nice ones where there's also like air drying.
Wow. And they play you a song and they warm the seats.
They pat your back, give you a little neck rub.
While you're shitting.
Just to help coax the shit out
so
of
this
you.
little spout comes out, does the bidet thing, and then it retracts. Another spout comes out and blows air up there.
Basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Japanese
Man.
got it right, dude. That's what I need. I need a Japanese toilet
You know,
in my American home.
now that we're on the subject, have you guys seen ads for this thing going around called the Squatty Potty?
Bro,
No?
I am a card-carrying member.
What?
There's
You have
two
a
in this-
Squatty Potty?
The's two in this house right now.
No
yes,
shit.
absolutely. Yes,
Dude,
and
listen.
I'm getting another one.
Listen, you
Yes.
need to give us like a minute review of it. Go.
Wait, hold on. Is
Dude.
it that thing where like it elevates your legs so you actually have to squat over the toilet instead of touching your toilet? Is that what that is?
You're sitting on your toilet, but your feet are just higher. Your feet and your knees are higher up by about 6 inches or so.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like a mini stool that slides under your toilet. And so what it does is because naturally, right, like humans are naturally supposed to assume like a squatting position, like into the grass or whatever, right? And so it simulates that. And I'm telling you guys, if you've never tried it, I don't think you'll ever go back. Once you do it, I think
I
it
honestly
makes
got
you a
pretty
believer.
curious about it.
It makes you a believer. It's like, wow, we've literally been doing that wrong our whole lives. And it doesn't have to be this difficult.
Difficult?
Well, it seems difficult, once you do it the easy way.
Yeah.
They're
I
like,
guess.
oh, this is pooping in easy mode. Okay.
It's pooping in autopilot.
Pooping in
Oh my
easy
gosh.
mode. There's our title.
All
Bing.
new lows on the Tiny Disc podcast this week.
All new lows, like literally
All new lows, literally.
hitting those
right.
brown notes.
Oh man.
Oh, my
I'm getting
God.
dizzy.
Okay.
So
save us.
guess I'm not going to learn about your morning routines, guys.
Oh,
Nah.
okay. Yeah, I forgot that's what we were talking about. Yeah. Go ahead, Robert. What's yours?
Well, I'm one of those people that wakes up as late as I possibly can before I have to get out the door.
Do you hit snooze like a dozen times?
No, I just set my alarm for like pretty much when I think, okay, that's like the
Like
latest
you
possible
absolutely
moment.
have to get up. Like you have to get the fuck up.
Yeah.
So then if you do go back to sleep, you're kind of boned.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah, I try to be that person that doesn't wake up right before I need to leave, but it usually devolves into that.
Yeah, because I mean, I keep telling myself, man, getting up early, and just being able to cook a nice breakfast and have a little bit of time to myself before going out to wherever, that'd be nice. Not nice enough to do it, but it's nice.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah.
No, I've done it a few times and it is nice, but I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, I'm definitely not an early bird at all. Like I force myself to be because of school, but otherwise, no. If I don't have anything to do the next day, dude, I'm sleeping until fucking noon. It's just how it goes.
My alarm goes off at 6:30. Sometimes I wake up right at 6:30. Sometimes I sleep until 7-ish
Oh man, you rebel.
or so. We'll see. But I got to be at work super early, so
Jack's such a grown up, guys.
and then you brush my teeth, floss, and mouthwash, and that's
Out
it.
the
Get
door.
dressed and get out the door, man. Feed the cat.
How often, do you have to shave and all that every day? I'm definitely not a shave every day person. But
I used to have to. When I worked at a
Yeah.
restaurant, they made us be clean shaven every shift, and it was terrible. But now it's just kind of as needed, and I've kind of let it go a little bit too long. I think probably a week is the longest I go before I start looking just really terrible.
Scraggly.
Yeah, I don't grow like a good beard or a good mustache or anything. It just looks bad.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I've-
just sparse and patchy.
now that I think about it, I've hardly ever seen Robert pass much the level of stubble.
Yeah, I can't. Look, I was blessed with beautiful Filipino hair that only works on the head. It doesn't work on the cheeks or the neck or anywhere else.
I mean, to
really.
be fair, my facial hair is the patchiest shit you've ever seen, but I still try to make it work, I guess.
Fair.
So-
I've seen some impressive mustaches and beards out of the Japanese, but I haven't. Now, in my limited experience, I haven't seen it out of like Koreans or Filipinos or Chamorros or Chinese. I don't usually associate big long beards and mustaches with them. Just really Japanese. I think that's weird. Maybe that's a pop culture thing.
Koreans also do too. Like on the Korean bills, like famous, like older Korean, like kings and stuff had good beards.
Nice. No, I have a really bad beard, and I have to use a safety razor to cut it because my hair is just so thick on my face. So I can't use like those Harry's, those discount razors, or even Gillette. Like Gillette, when it's brand new out of the package, it works, but the second time it does not work.
Yikes!
All 5 of those blades are dull. So
yeah, I'm a big Dollar Shave Club guy myself.
Yeah, so that's kind of it. That's kind of it. Feed the cat, and I'm out the door, and then I'm at work. That's my routine.
Do you squatty potty before going to work?
Absolutely. Nice. I squat before and after.
No, and hey, the worst is having the squatty potty after you shower.
I miss it. Yes, that's true. I miss it though when I'm somewhere and I don't have a squatty potty. I'm telling you guys, one time you'll be a believer. You'll be like, wow.
I gotta ask, like, are there times when you're at work and like there's 2 hours left in your shift and you're feeling the rumbles and you're like, I kind of have to go, but like I could just wait 2 hours and I could get the squatty potty going
It's not so much because I want the squatty potty. I mean, yeah, that is a plus, but it's basically like I just don't like using public toilets for that. Like I just try not to use a public toilet, period. Like I'd rather just use like the urinal if I have to. I'll just go in there.
Final question. What if all public toilets had squatty potties?
World would be a happier place and healthier place too.
Probably.
It's good for your body, man. I'm telling you. I'm looking forward. I know what Santa's getting you guys for Christmas this year. 12 months away, but...
Well, what was the quote from Fairly Odd Parents? This episode brought to you by a healthy colon.
All right. We've got a pretty packed episode for you guys today. Hella news happened. But first, let's talk about what we always love talking about. Let's talk about some video games. Colin, you want to hit us off?
Yeah, so over the break, I played a little game that kind of just completely flew under my radar. I mean, this game is called Valley by Blue Isle Studios. You guys may know them from Slender: The Arrival, when the Slender trend was huge, and that was kind of like, there was Slender: The 8 Pages, and then there was Slender: The Arrival, which was like taking everything 8 Pages did, slapping some pretty graphics on it, and adding some extra levels, some extra spoopy stuff, and some new locations and stuff. So Valley is a complete departure from that, though. And I'll read the description to give you guys an idea, because I think it sums it up better than I can. So, explore the vast and beautiful world of Valley using the power of the leaf suit, a fierce exoskeleton that grants exceptional speed and agility along with the phenomenal ability to manipulate the life and death of all living things.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it like touches on some pretty deep themes. And what I will say, like, narrative-wise, it's pretty, the way they do it, it's kind of like that Pocahontas type story, something that you saw in like Avatar or something like that, right? Like people came to forage resource, take resource. One side of faction wants to make resource into weapon. One side of faction wants to, just observe the native people and the native, the native organisms and things like that, and just kind of use it all for science. It's kind of that same story, but the cool twist in this game is it's after the fact. Like all that stuff already happened. And you're coming later on and basically discovering the aftermath of all of that. So it's kind of cool plot device in that effect. But the biggest draw of this game that I like about it so much is the actual gameplay itself. And this leaf suit that I mentioned earlier in the description is, like I said, it's an exoskeleton, and it allows you to like jump really high, go really fast. It almost allows you to like ski a la Tribes. You guys remember that game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like that. that. And it plays with like the physics of like momentum and things like that. It does all kinds of cool stuff, and the gameplay is just fun. It's not like over the top crazy. There's nothing complicated to it. And it's just what it does so well, and it's not anything crazy. But then there's the give and take life mechanic where you actually the fighting in the game is almost like casting a spell, but the only spell that you have, it like a la Skyrim, sort of like Skyrim, but the only spell you have is like the ability to take and give life. So you can actually take life from the trees to give you energy, and that also acts as your life energy.
Oh.
And then every time you shoot, it takes away life energy, and that's how you would attack what would be enemies in the game. And you can also revive things, like say you see a dead deer, you can revive it. So, but every time you quote unquote die in the game, you come back to life, but at the cost of the living things around you. So things around you actually die and you have to revive them yourself. And it builds back up your quote unquote lives, so your lives actually depend on the life of the valley as a whole, like as an ecosystem. So as you die more and more, so does the valley. And as you start to revitalize it, you gain more life back.
So this is kind of an older game, right? It was released 2016. Is that right?
Yes, August 24th, 2016.
I'm looking at video. I mean, it looks good. How long is the game again?
It took me about 5 or 6 hours. And there's like, as long as you keep following along, you can get most of the collectibles. But after the fact, you can keep playing and get even more collectibles and unlock a couple new abilities for your exosuit. But other than that, honestly, even after you beat the game, the stuff that it gives you for getting all the collectibles isn't really worth like replaying it per se. So at the end, I would say it's a sale game. Like, get it on sale, but like you'll enjoy what's there. I think you would.
Yeah, it's $20 right now, and the overall reviews are very positive. Recent reviews, very positive. So it seems like this is kind of the dream kind of craft game they wanted to make after they made that money, that good Slender Man money, right?
Right. And it's like the overall atmosphere and the graphics are pretty nice in this game.
Right.
And the music is actually, it fits it very well. They go for like this very whimsical, pan-fluty kind of tone. Like,
interesting.
Yeah, it's just a good time. Like take an afternoon or a night or something, play through it. It's a fun game. You'll enjoy it.
Speaking of games with a kind of artistic vision going to them, have you guys seen any footage from that EA property Faye?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yes, it's coming
That
to Switch.
game looks exciting, but then I remember how excited I was for Unravel. Right? I'm like, oh, remember Yarny, that red guy?
Yeah, Unravel was just a pretty game to look at. That was kind of it.
I'm worried that Faye might run
that's
that
a
way.
shame. I never played that.
Faye reminds me a little bit of Grow Home, which is one of my favorite games of 2014, 2015. I think it's 2015. Grow Home was so awesome. So anyways, something to look out for the future. But no, man, Valley looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sure. I hadn't heard
I-
of it. I wouldn't know anything about it unless you told me about it today.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, I don't know if I mentioned, but it is in first person though, so that's what kind of makes it all kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you notice any like Slender kind of influences? Like, is it scary in any way?
It's atmospheric, it looks like.
There's some like darker atmospheric parts, and some of the enemies are a little bit spoopy, but it's never to the point where like there's giant jump scares or it's actively trying to be like a horror game or anything like that. There's some pretty tense parts and things like that, and I think, yeah, there's some just spoopy stuff. There's never like jump scares. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I've been playing. I never thought I'd say this out loud. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Like, an unfortunate amount.
That's not even the best of the Black Ops series. It's like the third best.
Right, but it's the best way to play zombies right now. And that's literally all I've been playing.
Yeah, guys, Robert has a problem. Just help us stop him, please.
I do. Over the weekend, I have racked up 20 plus hours into zombies.
Dang,
Good
dude.
Lord, man.
What got into you? What motivated you to do this with your life? Like, was it on sale? Like,
Okay, so I used to be like super big into zombies, like back in high school. I had a group of friends. We'd get together every weekend and play 4-player zombies, try to figure out all the maps and all that stuff, right? And then that was back when I only played on PS3. And since then, I've built a PC and, like, never really found a need to play Call of Duty on the PC, so I never bought a Call of Duty game. And then one of my friends was like, hey, you want to come over and play zombies? And I was like, oh, shit, that's my jam. All right. So
first hit's free, Robert.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my jam.
It's been like I took my 12 steps. I walked away, I put down the needle, and then a friend of mine was just like, hey, you want another one for free, though?
Oh,
And
man.
I was like,
Opens
I
jacket,
guess.
shows all the variety of zombies.
Now that I think about it, Black Ops 3 had that $15 standalone multiplayer release. I think I own that. Does that have any zombies included?
No, it's garbage because it doesn't have zombies in it.
Oh, that's terrible. I wasted $15. Okay.
Yeah, it's just
rip.
multiplayer. What I spent like, it was normally $100, but I found it 25% off at Humble Bundle. And I've always said I would pay full price for a Call of Duty game that was basically just a bunch of zombies maps.
Yeah.
Which, the Zombies Deluxe version or whatever, Black Ops 3 is that. I think it comes with 14 zombies maps. which is
so
a lot.
so it's the best way to play just zombies mode if you want to is in this game. Is that why?
Especially PC because it has Steam Workshop support. So there's so many like modded, creator like fan made zombie maps out there as well. I mean, of course, I can't vouch that all of them are like the best quality, right? But
I didn't know they had Steam Workshop support for that. That's cool.
right, yeah. So you can play a bunch of these other maps, and sure, maybe they're not going to be the best, but like there's always variety. There's always
Are
gonna be
people
something
like
new.
recreating classic Call of Duty maps in zombies like Nuketown and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've seen a couple
pretty
bits
cool.
of that. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
but this pack, it comes with like, okay, so there's 5 new maps that come with Black Ops 3, and then they bring all the World at War maps, and then most of Black Ops 1 maps, and one Black Ops 2 map, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're getting kind of like a greatest hits, basically. And I've just been playing so much of zombies. It's really unfortunate. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun doing it. It's to the point now where like my roommates and I are just like always playing it whenever we can.
Wow. Is it let me ask you, is the zombie mode in the new Call of Duty World War II anything good at all? Does that get you excited?
Haven't even looked at it.
No, because Nazi zombies, right? That seems like the only cooler thing than regular zombies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just have a fondness for like the 4 characters, like the 4 main characters from the old zombies games, who are just like all super caricatures of like German, Russian, American, and Japanese.
Didn't they start having like celebrities and stuff in that mode?
Yeah, they did one where like George Romero, rest in peace, he was a zombie. He was like the boss zombie of the
I feel like Ray Liotta also.
I don't know for sure.
They did him. They did Sean from The Walking Dead. John. I always forget his name. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They did him too.
Yeah, they started getting a little wild, but I just love the 4 main characters that they have, only because it starts off with like, oh, those crazy mad German scientists, those Nazi scientists, they like crazy scienced up a zombie army by accident, right? And it turns into like, we've shattered all of the dimensions. We're barely keeping this universe together right now. And there's also dragons. And it's up to you guys to fight these zombies.
Dragons?
And piece together reality.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
The dragon from Super Mario Odyssey comes into Call of Duty.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, like you actually, like, I haven't played that map much yet, but there's a dragon in there and he breathes fire on you and you've got to like keep fucking running. Yeah.
See, one of my favorite ones that I remember was the one from Black Ops 1 where you get to play as JFK and Fidel Castro.
Yeah, I thought so.
5,
They
yeah.
did crazy stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really fun.
That's pretty cool.
I remember there was that map with George Romero. You get to play as like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Danny Trejo.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
That's
that's
right.
back when Call of Duty kind of ran the show, right? This is all pre-Overwatch, I feel like.
Yeah,
When they were
yeah.
really firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Wow, man. That's a crazy thing. And to have that package, I guess $75 sounds like a deal. For that, it's a little steep for me because I've never really been a huge fan of the mode. I mean, I know it's big, I know it's popular, but I've always been more into the multiplayer than anything else. Just straight up deathmatch, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the total opposite. I hate Call of Duty multiplayer so much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
God, the zombies has its needle in me. I'm in.
Zombies mode just gets me in panic mode all the time. I'm just like, they're coming. Put up the boards. I'm just always like on high alert, I guess. So
Anxiety.
yeah, I can only do it for so long. It's like
know,
the most intense parts of PUBG. Just the whole game is like that.
See, I don't know. For me, it's gotten to this point where it's all kind of like chill. Like I just know exactly what I'm doing in every map. And
Yeah,
like,
is it scripted? Like you know where they're going to spawn every time? Is that?
I mean,
how
yeah,
the game works?
there are spawn points, right? Like it's not like just come out from literally anywhere. If you play a map,
But like the order that they spawn, is that scripted or it's random?
No, it's random.
Okay. Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's gotten to the point where, like, when you're playing a map where there's, like, a lot of stuff you have to do to turn on power or something, you just kind of, like, fall into a rhythm of, like, okay, by round 3, I need to be doing this. By round 5, I have to do that, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, you get into a rhythm, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Cool.
I love that so much. It's so good. But, Jack, what have you been playing?
So I have been playing not too many games. I did try a touch of the Dragon Ball Fighter Z beta, which we'll talk about more in news. But I spent a lot of time more time than other games playing Route B of Nier Automata.
Ooh.
And I am deep into that, man. And I don't know why, because it's different enough, right? Like with the hacking mechanic involved, and I guess minor spoilers, right, for Nier Automata. Like I'll try not to be heavy here because I know Colin's still. I'm sure you're gonna play it soon, right, Colin?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it sooner than later. I promise. I promise,
Please, man.
It's at like
Anyways.
the top of my list of games to buy.
So I won't talk too much about it, right? Because that game has come out and we've talked about it plenty on the show. But just one thing I really appreciate about that game is it's got a lot of examples of storytelling that can only be told in a video game. So, for instance, minor spoilers, has nothing to do with the main quest here, but there are some side quests in the village where you have this hacking mechanic. You can hack into people's brains and you can basically kill them that way, or you can find things out about them, memories, things, etc., like that. And there's this guy who there's a robot, I say guy, but there's this robot who is asking another robot, hey, do you want this 25-cent coin or do you want this 10-cent coin or something like that? Do you remember this quest, Robert?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And the robot keeps saying, when he's given a choice, he keeps saying, oh, I want the less valuable coin. And the guy's like, hey, can you fix my buddy here? Because he's like stupid. He's like wired weirdly. He doesn't want the more expensive coin when given a choice. So then you go and you hack his brain, and you've been hacking a bunch of people from now on. And a lot of hacking games, they're not created equal. Some are really easy, some are really hard, some are damn hard. And this guy is one of those really robust ones that take a long time to hack into him. And you're like, wait a second, I thought this guy was stupid. And you're like, why is his brain so like fortified, right? Why is this so difficult? And then you pop back out and he knows that he's smart now, and he's like, shh, don't tell my secret. I'm actually, really smart guy, but I'm pretending to be dumb. And you're like, wait, what? Why would you ever do that? And he goes, because the bigger a fool, this isn't a direct quote, but he's something to the effect of, the bigger a fool people believe you to be, the more of their true nature they'll reveal to you. And I was like, whoa, philosophy.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, dang. So he just kept acting dumb just to see what people would do and how people would treat him. He said that that people are giving him more, he's making more money acting dumb because people are giving him more low value coins just to see what he'll say, just to laugh at him, right? But he's making more than if he were to accept the high value coin. I was just like, man, that's so like deep.
Some
it makes you think about stuff.
Yoko Taro game.
Yeah, and I just thought about that, and I'm like, man, how many side quests ever? And this is like, nowhere even near like the deep like vestiges of where this narrative goes. But I was thinking about that side quest just today. I was like, man, that like really was like a deep thing, and you can only really experience that using the hacking mechanic in a video game. You could never do something like that really in a movie or a book.
What the fuck is this game? I need to play. Like every time I hear something about this, are we still talking about a game here?
That's like that's like a 5-minute side quest too. That is so short a thing, but it's so cool, and it really stuck with me. And I was like, wow. So I'm gonna keep playing it. I definitely want to go through to Route E. The true ending is what I keep hearing people say. Even though I know a little bit about what happens, it's not spoiling it for me. The game's still fun. You keep all your experience, you keep all your weapons as you're playing these endings, so it's not like you're losing anything. I'm getting a lot out of it, and also my second time through, I'm doing what I like to do and just kind of clean up some of the side quests I didn't get to the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm having a great time with that. Also, I didn't really bring this up. I just kind of forgot I did this over the weekend, guys, but I did go to the movies as well. And I saw I, Tonya, the Margot Robbie, Tonya Harding biopic. So I did see that movie. What do you guys know about that story about Tonya Harding? Any interest at all in what that movie's doing?
I've seen trailers. I think it looks all right, but I'm not willing to go out of my way to watch it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same spot as Robert is.
You guys, I don't think were there, right? Like on the planet Earth when the Tonya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan stuff was going on, like the Olympic
those
stuff,
names
right?
sound so familiar, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like the OJ kind of thing. I think OJ actually happened right after that, and I think OJ is the thing was that took the media's attention away from Tonya Harding. But you know the basic story, right?
I think.
So
no.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
Wow. Okay. It's Tonya Harding's story, everybody. This is why there's a movie about her, because she was made to be a champion from a young age, and her mother was really terrible to her, and her mother like was abusive and like all kinds of things, made her to be a champion. And she got married to some loser because her family is just kind of like, poor. They're not the typical image of what U.S. figure skating wants them to be. They want to be Disney princesses, basically, right? Tanya Harding is not that way at all. She like smokes and cusses and listens to rock music and is tough and is a strong athlete. So, anyways, Nancy Kerrigan does fit the picture of the image, and Tanya Harding was believing that Nancy Kerrigan was getting unfair voting and unfairly high scores because the judges just liked her more. Because figure skating is a very subjective sport. It's not like you can go in there, play a game, whoever has the highest points wins. It's like who do the judges basically like the most overall.
Right.
So anyways, so after she gets divorced, her ex-husband and his loser friend, this is in real life, by the way, her loser friend like hire a hitman to sneak into practice and club Nancy Kerrigan in the knee and take her out like on her landing leg so she can't make jumps or do anything like weeks before the Olympics.
Holy
so Tanya
shit.
Harding has an easier way to get into the Olympics.
Jesus.
And so that's a true story. Like you can just read the Wikipedia page about this. Like it really happened. It was all over the news. They ended up, and then Nancy Kerrigan recovered, and they ended up both going to the Olympics and representing the U.S. on the same team, competing against each other in the Olympics.
Oh my god!
And so that was like one of the highest like rated Olympics of all time, figure skating, because of that obvious drama. Like, wait a second, this girl's ex-husband really hired somebody to try and take her out of the Olympics, and she's gonna say, no, fuck that, I'm gonna make it in the Olympics, I'm gonna beat you. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys ever seen Goodfellas, but it's this movie I, Tanya, has been touted as the Goodfellas of figure skating, and I will say that largely overall it is successful in that. I think it's very funny. I think it's a very good biopic. I think Margot Robbie's very good in it. I think that it's probably the best that a figure skating performance has ever been put to film. Very artistic, very well shot. So yeah, I thought it was a great movie, very entertaining overall, and the fact that it's a true story is like insane. But it just gets so much more ridiculous too than even the stuff I said. So I recommend it. You know, maybe if it comes on streaming or something later this year, you guys should check it out. It's just a good movie, even if you know nothing about it. The less you know, the better, actually. Also, I should say too that Tanya Harding was the first woman, and they cover this in the film too, the first American female to ever attempt and complete a triple axel, I want to say was the name of that jump. I might not know the right name of that jump. Anyways, the hardest jump in the world. Yeah, like one of the hardest jumps in the world to do. Like a lot of men can't even do it.
Right.
Couldn't even do it at the time, but Tanya Harding was the first one. So that's it. That's I, Tanya. That's kind of what I did all weekend.
So would you say that the movie I, Tanya is like actually, what's the phrase? You know, like it's reflective of real life, or would you say they took a lot of liberties in it?
Oh no, I think it's so true. And the thing about it is there's even like a caption in the beginning that says that this film is based upon the true, largely contradicting, unironic interviews by the three named people, like Tanya Harding, Jeff Gillooly, and whatever her bodyguard's name is. Her bodyguard, quote unquote, was a fat, overweight guy that like had a part-time job, lived with his parents. Okay, this is what he did. But when he was interviewed by like fucking Diane Sawyer and shit on CBS News, he's like, yeah, I work with various international espionage agencies. And I was like, he's one of these guys, right? He's one of these neckbeards that like is lying about everything and bragging about stuff. He's like, yeah, I control a team of hitmen that cover various projects, and we're tasked with by the U.S. government, dark forces, and skunk works, and all this stuff. Yeah, and it's hilarious. And he's like, I've been, and she's like, really, what companies? Like Diane Sawyer, and he's like, I was cited once in magazines for my expertise in the field of espionage and spying. And she goes, what magazine? He goes, well, this is like a direct quote, guys. He's like, well, I think it was a travel magazine.
What the fuck?
And dude, this interview is on YouTube right now. You can watch it. So it is a comedy, but it is a true portrayal of the events that actually happened. It's just because the characters, the real life people in the story, are so ridiculous. That's what makes the movie funny, because it's naturally stupid.
God, that sounds fucking wild.
I actually recommend it. It's one of my favorite movies so far I've seen. I know the year has just started, but it's a great movie.
Fact is stranger than fiction. Jeez.
Seriously.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring up something about Nier Automata real quick before we...
Oh yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. I mean, Jack, you said you're planning on getting all the way to Route E, right?
I'm gonna beat that game.
Yeah, do you know how soon?
The next 2 weeks for sure.
Okay, cool. Because I think we should definitely like talk about it when you see it. when you get
Not
to
wait
it.
for Colin.
Colin, how soon do you think you can do it, man?
He's smirking over there like, dude, I ain't getting it anytime soon. I was just giving you the chance.
I mean, I get paid tomorrow. I suppose I could start it this weekend.
There's got to be something you can trade in to get it.
I don't do
get
trade-ins,
cheap.
man.
Oh, okay. My fault.
I'm just saying, like, Root E is one of the most video gamey ass video game endings I've ever seen to a game, and like
I think
the
he
best
means that's
way.
a good thing. Yeah,
in the best way, in the absolute best
Yeah.
way. Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying, man, it's a great game, and I thought that I'd be annoyed playing it the second time, but it's different enough that I'm not. It's not that bad. It's really not as bad as it sounds.
See, for me, I actually kind of got annoyed with it halfway through. I almost dropped the game during Root B because I was like, man, this kind of sucks. But
I'm okay. I'm okay with it because I know that something's going on. I'm glad that I have like this motivation propelling me. If I was doing it just to do it, I definitely would have dropped it. But knowing that there's some really big stuff about to pop off, like, it's keeping me going.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. That does it, I think, for the games we've been playing and movies we've been watching. Let's talk about some news. All right. Let's start with something real hard. Let's just start with something just real bad and controversial,
A
guys.
lot of news happened this week. A lot of news.
Yeah. So Quantic Dream, that studio behind big games like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, the upcoming Detroit Become Human, they've been slammed with multiple allegations for just awful workplace conduct, sexual harassment,
Toxic
homophobia.
culture.
Yeah, it's not looking too hot, and this comes from 3 different French, newspapers, magazines that are saying, hey, this is like a thing. We've been getting reports of it, and there are files on someone's computer in Quantic Dream Studio that has 600 photoshopped images of just I don't know, just very homophobic depictions of stuff, or
of their actual employees at the company.
Yeah. For example, there's one where David Cage's face is shopped over a male stripper who's holding a power tool with a sex toy on it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is so bad.
It's kind of hilarious.
What a time to be alive, man. And talk about bad timing. I mean, no time's good for this kind of stuff, but especially now, right?
Yeah.
When the national consciousness is all around this kind of stuff, this sexual harassment in the workplace, this just toxic atmosphere. And then also tech companies as well are dealing with the bro culture. I keep seeing articles about the bro culture. What can we do? What can we do to get away from it? And it's just wow. So this was found on some file, right? And the IT guy found it. And he was also one of the subjects of one of the 600 images that were Photoshopped. Dude, you can't hide anything from IT. Are you crazy? Are you literally crazy?
I don't know. I don't look, photoshopping stuff for fun is very fun, but holy shit, dude, 600 of them. And just
Yeah.
That might be an obsession.
You getting any work done? That's a lot.
I mean, I have a feeling this isn't just one dude who's just Photoshop.
That'll take a lot of people. That's some time to do, man. Some time and thought. There's energy going into this.
I mean, I really want to see some of these images because I'm just curious, is it really shittily photoshopped, or would I be impressed by the technique at least?
The game would be done by now if they just could stop with this bullshit. We'd be playing this game.
You walk into Quantic Dream and everyone's just quietly working their ass off, whatever, on this game, and you just see that guy in the corner.
Seriously, I mean, we're making light of it. We're making light of it now, but I mean, it truly is just some really bad form, man. Especially when they're coming out with a game, Detroit Become Human is dealing with some very kind of fragile, kind of timely subjects right now, as far as civil rights, as far as what constitutes life and
child
death,
abuse
basically.
as well.
Yeah, children. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of heavy themes there, and you would hope that it would be developed by a company that would treat that with the proper care and respect. But when they have that atmosphere, at work now, and also when you kind of go back and look at some of their past games, there's questionable content in games they've released. I mean, across the board, there's some really, really fucked up shit in some of their games. You're just wow, what is going on really at this studio? And what kind of person is David Cage to work with as well? You got to call that into question. So it's dark times, man. It's tough times. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the founders of the studio, David Cage himself, and I'm forgetting his name. It's a very French name, something de Fondieme or Guillaume de Fondomier.
Whoa, you even tried that.
I think is his name.
I commend you, sir.
I don't speak French, but
Croque Madame.
yeah, both of them are like, nah, no, this is dumb. No, that's not true.
Yeah, the
That's
entire
true.
company's just like, nah, fuck off. None of this is true.
Their whole posture
Yeah.
is deny, and it's just
Yeah.
like that's not necessarily a good way to
Nah, they're
handle
just-
like crisis.
They're just digging themselves a deeper hole. That's
Yeah,
all it is.
So
And like, you know, Cage himself, he's even saying like, come on, I've worked with like Ellen Page, you know, who's like a LGBT champion or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool and all, but like,
also she wasn't always that way, and she also got in trouble as well with people photoshopping her, if you remember, like onto like photoshopping her clothes off or something like that. She got into her own, or someone got into controversy around her as well. So that's unfortunate. That raises all
Yeah.
kind of questions too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I actually completely forgot about this until this stuff came out, but somebody reminded me about the controversy with Ellen Page that arose about how they actually made a nude model of her without her
Right.
permission for
Yeah.
Beyond Two Souls.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Oh
And
dude.
they're like, oh wait, guys, it's not any big deal. Like, it's not actually like scans of her naked body. It's just some stock naked body that we made. in the
Bro,
studio.
that would be really creepy though, right?
But
if you're
still,
in a game and
it's
then
weird, especially if they didn't get permission.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
that yeah, when you're talking about like digital rights, right, and digital acting and performance, like yeah, you got to be careful because once they capture your face, they can basically do anything they want unless you like stipulate in your contract, you know. So that would creep me out, even if, you know, like
yeah. I mean,
that's just bad.
granted, I mean, it's very selective camera angles in the scene that they're referencing in those allegations, but still, it's messed up.
yeah, for sure. And I mean, they also like the company itself released a public statement, like officially from Quantic Dream itself, also just saying, hey, this ain't all true, and we value the safety of our employees, and you know, basic corporate bullshit, you know, PR kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that these 600 images for sure exist and that the toxic culture is definitely there, but when 3 different sources are coming at you, some with like the physical proof of those photos, it's a little dicey.
Where there's
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah, I think there's going to be tons more developing on this within the coming weeks, I would assume.
Yeah, it's not going to help out the sales of Detroit, not at all.
Oh, God. Okay.
Let's talk about some good news though.
Hmm.
AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick, they broke another record. They just finished up their winter stream. Like it's a week-long charity thing where they bring a bunch of speedrunners and just marathon a bunch of games, like speedrunning them, giving you tips on how to do it, etc. They've raised $2.2 million for
Wow,
charity,
dude,
which
that is not chump change. That is awesome.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just, again, it's really cool to see like something like video games, right? Be able to do
Yeah.
something like this.
I actually watched a guy, my buddy who's a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, but he was telling me about this guy who did a speed run of all the data battles in Kingdom Hearts 2. He did it in 25 minutes, level 1, mind you.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, and watching this guy was insane. You just watch him, he's just taking down their health bars like it's nothing. Like it's not even getting hit a single time.
Is it like
it's
glitch free, or is he like exploiting?
I know. He's not glitching at all. He's like, look, all you got to do is spam this, and this. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
Wow.
that's
No,
insane.
Awesome Games Done Quick is one of my favorite parts about being a fan of video games. Like watching those every 2-3 times a year they come out. Like it's just so cool to see the community come together and to see things you haven't seen before. Watch records get broken as well. It's really a good time, man. So
Yeah,
congrats to them. That's a lot of money, and that's gonna go to a lot of good. That's really cool.
Yeah, you learn like little things about games that you really love too. In that, like I learned by watching a stream of theirs like last week that in Metal Gear Solid 3, if you pull a grenade pin and just run at full speed, all your footsteps are silent.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you just
What?
get around a bunch of dudes by holding a grenade in your hand and just running by them. It's like that's pretty great.
That's all you learn. Yeah, you actually do learn like different tricks in the games for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. So I just think that's one of the cool little parts about it too.
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Fighters, that game's coming out soon, and they had a little bit of an open beta over the weekend that
No, they didn't.
yeah, they had
Open
half
my
of an
ass.
open beta.
Whoa. Buy me dinner first.
you heard it here first, Colin Sparling.
Listen.
Open my ass.
Listen. There's a comma, a very important comma there.
So
Open
is it,
my comma
listen,
ass.
Is it Dragon Ball? Listen, is it Dragon Ball Fighter Z or is it Dragon Ball Fighters?
It's fighter. It's fighters.
Really?
I can confirm. Yeah, after
Nah.
hearing it said a million times.
Yeah,
Okay.
official Funimation people are calling it Fighters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you guys even get a chance to play any of the open beta?
I did 2 days ago. Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I totally play it as much as I wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, so the first day, so there was that day one thing where like if you pre-ordered it on PS4 or Xbox One, you got a day early. I didn't hear any reports of like anything bad. And then the first day it was open to everyone. Like their servers were just gone. It just didn't fly. That dog didn't hunt.
I was sitting there. Actually, I waited until 3 a.m., which it was midnight Pacific time, 3 a.m. Eastern time here, and I waited till 3 a.m. for this beta to fucking open to the public. Started up this beta, and I'm like waiting. I'm all giddy and excited to play, and it says, it's like loading, booting network, failed to initialize, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I tried it like 50 times more. I was going until like at probably almost 4 a.m. trying to get into a game, and then it got to the point where it said downloading assets or whatever, and it had me like set up an account and all that stuff, and I was like, okay, sweet, I'm in. And then I went to load into the lobby, kicked.
Yep.
I threw my head in anger. I was pissed.
Colin and any of our DBZ fans, you'll get this, but I saw this thing on Twitter the other day that was like the 4 most iconic deaths in Dragon Ball.
I know exactly which meme you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like the scene where Piccolo sacrifices himself to save Gohan, and then Goku teleporting Cell away, and then
Majin Vegeta.
Yeah, Majin Vegeta blowing himself up, and then it's just a screenshot of that failed to initialize network.
I was like fucking rip, dude.
Oh, that's good.
I guess I should feel lucky I didn't have any of those issues happen. I played the game. I watched a little bit of it on YouTube, some gameplay, just see like the style of it, and I am very impressed with the visuals. I mean, it definitely wasn't developed by the people that made Guilty Gear.
Yep.
Yeah, Arc System Works.
Yeah, and you can tell it's using Unreal Engine 4. It's a very pretty game. Especially when they go into the specials or whatever they call them. It just looks really good, as you would expect. Gameplay wise, though, I quickly learned after that first match that took like 10 minutes or whatever, I was like, okay, this game is not for me, unfortunately. It's like one of those, if you haven't played it, it's one of those like frantic style a la Marvel vs. Capcom style games, very technical. There's just like screen filling fireballs and flames and crazy madness going on, huge crazy air combos, double jumps, etc. And I'm like, literally, I'm mashing the buttons. It's like a mashathon, and like my thumb, like, listen, I'm not an old man yet, but like my thumb was getting sore trying to play like one match. I was like, what is going on in this game? I was like, oh my gosh. I'm just like taking my hand, just like rubbing the controller as fast as I can, hitting every single button. Like, oh, what's going on? So I am like, okay, this game, it looks good. I give it that, and I'm sure fans of Dragon Ball Z will like it. But like, it's not a game. I think playing the beta, I was like, okay, I can save my money on this. I'm not gonna like truly like enjoy this game. So I would say fans of the series, okay, but fans of fighting games, like unless you like that frantic style where you don't necessarily know exactly what's going on and you're not doing things on purpose all the time, like I don't know if I could recommend it.
So what I'm very excited about is that this podcast has been documenting my slow descent into fighting games, right?
Yeah.
And it's all the long con. I bought Guilty Gear only because I heard the dudes who made Guilty Gear are going to be behind what might be one of the best Dragon Ball fighting games to ever exist.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, I need to learn Guilty Gear. I know it's not going to be the same, but I need to learn it.
Yeah.
And that's definitely...
One of the most impenetrable fighting games too was like one of your first ones. So you jumped in the deep end.
It's I don't know, like knowing Guilty Gear has helped me out a lot. I think Fighters is definitely easier to get into than Guilty Gear, for what it's worth. I think like I don't know, Dragon Ball Fighters, I only got to play like 4 or 5 matches, but despite all of the like the Colin hat throwing at like the beta not working. Right. When it did work, I was just fucking like, oh man, this is it. This is so it. This is everything I was expecting.
Yeah, that bait, dude. Once I actually got to play, I was like, this is hype as fuck. Like
if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, I think you can add like 2-3 points to your score probably.
Yeah.
But it's two things in a row that I'm not like a big fan of, right? I'm not a big fan of like frantic, crazy screen filling fighters. I've never have been.
Yeah, Trust me, not a game for epileptics. No.
I want to like Marvel vs. Capcom. You kidding me? Like that's awesome, right? But I just can't get into that type of game. And also Dragon Ball, like you guys know me, like I'm just not. It missed me. So it's like, why would I ever play this game?
I played a bit of Marvel v Capcom at like barcades, right? I've never like bought any Marvel v Capcom and played it at home or anything like that. I couldn't get into it as much in arcades. Like I kind of understood what I was doing, but you know, when you're playing a fighting game for the first time at an arcade, you're not sitting there like, okay, what's the input? Like what's quarter circle forward? You know what I mean? You're kind of
it's just mashing. Yeah.
So I was kind of figuring stuff out from there. But I don't know. I found the fighters to be very intuitive with like switching to your like the characters that you want to switch to on your team, understanding how to do supers, how to go from like a combo into a heavier hit to like launch them and then do a super. I don't know. It all felt really intuitive. I didn't win more matches than I lost. But that's also because I jumped in the deep end without understanding that there was a tutorial in the game. So I was just like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, I did all the tutorials because I was like, okay, I don't know exactly understand how the fuck this works. So
I would say Melee or Smash Brothers, right, is like about as frantic a fighter as I like. That's
some
about
people,
as crazy
some people
as I
even
like things to
almost
get.
refrain from calling that game a fighting game.
I don't understand that though.
Smash
That's
Brothers?
dumb.
Yeah, some people do.
I
Yeah,
purists, I can understand where they're coming from, right? But it is a fighting game to me. But that's about as crazy as I like to get. I like to be a little bit I like to at least feel like I'm deliberately doing things for specific reasons. And just when a game is so crazy like that, it's just like, what is even happening? Like I would literally just be sitting there like, what's happening? Ah! You know, so it got the adrenaline going. It made my thumb sore. A few games have done that.
I like the setup of like, you know, it's very simple, like light, medium, and then heavy strike. Like they're all mapped to like exactly on the buttons how this should be. And then like your Kai Blast or X. I was like, okay, that's pretty simple. Then you know, L1 to switch characters and R1 to do your Dragon Burst and all that shit.
Yeah,
and then beyond
take
that,
a long
it's just,
time too.
What's that?
Don't they? Matches take a long time too. Are there like 9
'cause
people on your
fight-
team? How many people on
you
your
have
team?
you have to knock out 3 characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
3 people on a team. I will say the part that made me like that totally completed the whole circle for me was all the gameplay I've seen of fighters up to now has all been in Japanese, right? The Japanese audio. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I respect the Japanese dub, but I was like raised on the English dub, right? And for this beta, I didn't know until partway through that you could like switch to the English voices.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I did.
Yeah, and when I found that out and I switched to the English voices, I was like, I gotta play Goku. I gotta do that super fucking Kamehameha, and I gotta hear Sean Schemmel fucking scream that in my ears. And oh man,
It's
it
so
was
glorious.
everything I needed.
You know, just yesterday, Street Fighter Arcade Edition also came out as well too. So I'm not gonna be. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna be that guy that's like, oh, Street Fighter's so much better than Dragon Ball. Like I'm really down and out on Street Fighter 5 overall, and Arcade Edition isn't doing much to like pull me in like I had hoped it would. So we'll see what kind of year this is. Last year was a pretty positive year for fighters. We'll see what happens this year. I mean, especially it's already January. You got 2 heavy hitters in there already coming out. I'm just hoping that there's gonna be some good additions to Tekken. And we'll see what happens, but I definitely can say safely that like Dragon Ball FighterZ, after trying it out, I mean, listen, guys, I tried it, right? I downloaded it, I played the game. Like it's not for me, but I'm glad you guys are having fun with it.
Yeah, cannot wait for January 25. It's gonna be hype. Speaking of PC releases, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac
15.
Age.
Oh wait, oh shit. Whoops.
No, don't
Gotta have
spoil it
myself.
yet, Colin. Final Fantasy 12 is coming to PC. Finally, that remaster is coming to PC. Before it was, I believe, a PS4 exclusive.
So salty. I just spent $30 on that over Christmas break. So I was like, well, I love this game. I'm gonna support it. I have all these points. Let's spend it. $30. I just want it back, and I can't get a refund either because I downloaded it. I have not booted that game, mind you. I did not boot it. I just downloaded it, so I can't get a discount or a refund. It's madness.
Rip.
So I'm going to buy it on PC now because obviously that's the best version. I think they said you can play it something like 48:9 resolution, so you can aspect ratio.
What?
So you could have like 3 like ultra wide monitors side by side.
God,
It's ridiculous.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know, Colin. You're the only one of us 3 who's been playing a lot of the Final Fantasy 12 like remaster, whatever.
Oh, I mean, to say a lot of it would be an exaggeration for me. I haven't played a whole lot. I have played it.
I mean, you played more than either me or Jack has. I know, Jack, you beat the original back.
Dude,
in
I
the day,
love-
right?
I only have about 5 hours in it.
Right. Would you buy it on PC?
After already owning it once, no.
See, I'm stupid. I'm going to buy it again because I know it's going to be so much better on PC. I was actually like, I was struggling. I was like, should I buy this now? Because there was no PC release announced. And I went through Steam and I was like, wait a second. Almost every single Final Fantasy game is on Steam now. Like, there's a pretty good chances 12 is going to come out. And then I decided just to do it, and I so regret it now.
Well, see, I think your situation's a little bit different because not to mention you have an ultra wide monitor, so you could play in like 21:9 or whatever.
Yeah.
But see, the difference for me is like, it's a toss up between where I want to play my games because I have my PC running on a 1080p monitor, or I can play games on my PS4 Pro on a 4K TV.
Yeah.
You see, it's kind of a dilemma there. So
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 12 as I have it it runs at native 4K. I'm pretty sure on PS4. So.
I think it's $40 the first week it's out, and then it goes back up to $50 if I read that correctly. So I'm gonna get it at 40. I'm gonna spend that money because that game is incredibly good. If any fan of Final Fantasy, that's one of the best. As someone who's played all the best Final Fantasy games, most important ones, 12 is up there.
Yeah, 12 is a pretty divisive one. People like to argue about that one and 9 a lot.
Yeah, so that'll be coming out February 1st on Steam. So if you want to pick it up then, 2 weeks before your Valentine's, there you go. There's your chance.
I'm doing
it. But it's not the only Final Fantasy game coming to PC this year. Final Fantasy 15, the sweet boys in all leather and that drive their fucking Audi R8 through the desert and fly it through the sky. They're coming to PC, the Windows Edition on Steam, which is a silly name.
Yeah, that's a terrible name for a game, Windows Edition. But guys, we need a new segment on the show. I'm telling you, I don't know if I can get her on board, but when my wife describes a game that she doesn't know the name of it, you have to hear what she says, man. Because we're sitting there last night playing Nier Automata, and she's like, "Whatever happened to that one game?" And I'm like, "Which game are you talking about?" And she goes, "The one with like the dinosaurs and the boys and the K-pop group and the Cadillac and
nice.
they go to like beach parties and like they are in love with somebody and like
they're all
and there's
in
like
love
monsters
with that one person.
and there's airdrops and stuff." And I'm just like, I was just cracking up. I was just doing exactly what you're doing.
my God.
I was like, I love when you describe games and you don't know what the name of the game is, because it just shows like what information is she absorbing about this. And it took me a while to figure it out. But when she said like beach parties and they eat good food and
oh my God.
I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was so funny. So man, treasures.
Please.
Yeah.
That Windows Edition is coming out March 6th. It's also coming out with like a Royal Edition, whatever the fuck that means.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That PS4 or that Royal Edition's coming for PS4 as well as Xbox One. You can consider it like that, I don't know, Game of the Year version or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Final Fantasy 15 Battle Royale. 100 K-pop artists drop on an island.
Yep.
And the world of Final Fantasy 15 is definitely big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're actually expanding the world with this release. Fun fact. So it's going to come with all the previous DLC, so you get to play as all the individual boys, which is cool, I guess.
Also, upgrade your hard drive because this mug is ridiculous.
Yeah, so if you want the 4K textures, it's 155 gigabytes. If you don't want the 4K textures, it's still 100.
Dude, that's like 3 Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pains.
Yeah.
That's so it's ridiculous.
That is
isn't it, we're getting to the point in gaming, guys, where we're having 150, 200 gigabyte fucking downloads.
Yeah, they're gonna need
that's
new
ridiculous.
They're gonna need a new codec or a new way to like compress or some shit. It's getting stupid.
Don't worry, guys. We don't need fiber optics all around the nation, though. That's just dumb.
Oh, no,
totally not.
Yeah,
they're already making like these new versions of Blu-ray discs that have like these like extra layers and stuff like that, so they can handle all this storage. It's only going to make physical games more expensive to produce because they have to use these higher capacity discs. I don't know. But people are genuinely pissed off about this Royal Edition, though. Have you guys seen about it?
No, what happened?
So like people are pissed off because this game comes in with like $105 worth of content or some shit like that. I think the math was.
Wow.
And only for $50. And
so if you bought it already, you're salty.
Right, because a lot of people, like, especially people with season passes, because there's stuff in this thing that didn't even come in the season pass.
I get that for sure.
Like, for
example, wow.
Like, that big city, Insomnia, they've, like, expanded it in this game. So there's, like, more shit to do there, more side quests to do there, and all that stuff.
You're burning your most loyal fans, and that was a problem I had with, like, really diving deep into the game when it came out last year. I remember they were saying, okay, the game is out. It's, you know, you can play it and you can beat it now. But also, if you happen to wait a few months, we're going to really flesh out like the final like third of the game, and we're going to add a bunch of stuff to it. I'm like, well, then why the hell will I play it now? I'll just wait till it's actually done and then play the best version of it. So that really was a hindrance in getting me motivated to play that game more. I was like, I need to wait. I actually need to wait.
No, yeah, and it's good that you did, because the game, and I can confirm, and Robert can too, that the game was unfinished on release. Like, there's literally parts in the game where characters are like, hey, I gotta go do something, this totally isn't a DLC, bye. Like,
wow. Listen, guys, they spent 10 years making this game, and what did they say years ago? They said, oh, we need to sell 10 million copies of this game to break even. Like,
right.
You
and
better
they
believe
did break even though, didn't they? Or,
I don't know. Yeah, but
did.
you better believe they're gonna milk this game for all it's worth. They'll probably make like a part 2, part 3 game as well. Who knows?
Final Fantasy 15-2.
15-3. They've done it before. They'll do it
Final
again.
Fantasy 15-3 Lightning Returns.
Yeah, Noctis
Lightning
Returns,
goes back.
Final
There it
Fantasy
is.
15.
Wrath of the Chocobos.
Oh shit! The Chocobos have been evil the whole time.
The Chocobos strike back.
Now they ride you.
Oh, ow.
I don't know.
Chocobos.
So I beat 15 like back before that. Before they updated chapter 13, even, you know, and made it better or whatever.
Same.
So I'm kind of excited to play this, and I've wanted to pick it up on PC. I can't believe I have to uninstall everything on my hard drive to download it.
Yeah, seriously. You're gonna need like an M.2 drive or some shit.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of remasters of some kind, on the Switch, we're gonna be getting a Dark Souls remastered.
Dang
Wow.
Souls, boy. I'm ready to
That-
buy this game 2 more times. I think that would make a grand total of 4 different copies I own of this game.
I got it for
Jeez.
$8 at Target, guys, brand new. Someone put it in the clearance area for $7.99. I bought it.
Dark Souls 1?
Yeah, the first one.
Wow.
Yeah, never played it, but I'm glad I waited now because the remastered version's coming out. It's probably gonna be in 4K on PC. It's probably gonna run.
It's going to run so much better.
60
The original
frames a
ran
second,
like
yeah.
such garbage.
I'm psyched. I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm gonna buy Dark Souls remastered on PC. I'm gonna try and get into it. I really am. I heard it's like
you're going to have a different perspective after playing Neo for so long.
I heard that it's like one of the better games as well, the way they handle the world. Like, it's the only game in the Souls series that is kind of handled like Metroid, where it's one big open cohesive world rather than like siloed off chapters. So I like that. That's what I loved about Batman Arkham Asylum. And so I'm excited to maybe be one of these guys to get into Dark Souls. But back to the Switch version, like, this really speaks to how huge a success Switch is, man. This is one of those games. This is one of those franchises that probably when people heard Switch, along with Doom and along with Wolfenstein, you're like, oh, well, those games will just never come to that console because Nintendo traditionally does not have a third-party support to this level. But we're talking about the fastest-selling video game console of all time now, right? Objectively. Like, you best believe everyone's going to be trying to bring their game. Everyone's going to be trying to bring their game to Switch. So this is a cool thing. And I like seeing the Mario memes, the Photoshops that are coming out as well with him in the armor. That's pretty funny too.
Dark Souls circa 2011. It's a picture of Mario in the armor. I need to get that costume though.
Yeah, for me, what's kind of, I don't know, when I first heard about it, I was kind of like, I don't know if I'll pick it up on the Switch. You know, I'm not even going to pick it up on PC because I don't feel a need to like get a remastered version on PC. But then I saw the trailer they released, which is just like a minute of the camera moving forward and then a bonfire comes into view. And that's kind of it. And for some reason that made me like really, really hype. I was like, shit,
Whoa,
I
weird.
need this. I need this.
On
Yeah.
Switch. On Switch specifically.
I'm thinking about getting it on Switch, but I'm really worried because, you know, like I don't want to snap it in half. And
Yeah, and you totally could.
I don't want to break my Switch.
Dude, maybe that's why Nintendo's doing this to spur console sales.
All right,
no, it's
listen,
the
guys.
perfect- it's the
To make
perfect
this
move.
even more challenging, we should do like a Tiny Dish challenge where we all have to make just pure archery builds. in Dark
Yeah,
Souls.
that's
Archery builds
not
are so
happening.
That just
fucking brutal,
sounds
dude.
that just sounds unfun to me. So
Oh,
I'm
it
not.
is. I tried.
I'm definitely not going to get the Switch version. I am going to get the PC remaster. I'm looking forward to it. But I mean, that's cool for people where Switch is your only console. Like, get to play one of the most important games last generation.
So this is the stats that I heard on the game, right? So me personally, I'm probably gonna pick up the PS4 and the Switch version, so I can play. Yeah,
Dang.
because Dude, well, hey, listen. If you buy on Amazon, you get the 20% off. So I'm paying $32 each. So it's like buying one full price game. It's really not that bad.
I guess.
Okay.
So anyway, this is what I heard. So actually, the Switch version, from what I heard, is going to be running in the game's original engine, and it's going to be running at 30 FPS. This is at least what I read. Whereas the PS4, Xbox One, and PC version are going to be completely remastered, running at 60 FPS in the Dark Souls 3 engine.
That's true. And the Dark Souls remaster on Switch as well, I think, is capped at 30 frames a second, if you did say that. And 720p. 720p is the important
Yeah,
thing.
720p handheld, and I heard 1080p docked.
Oh, really?
For Switch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might change my mind, but I also don't know if I'd play through Dark Souls again. I'm not sure.
I have noticed as well that Zelda definitely runs better docked than handheld on Switch. I've noticed it too. So.
I see. I had the opposite effect.
Really? What?
Yeah, at least. Well, I also had Zelda on launch, and they had frame rate issues before.
Yeah.
That was because that was pre-patch.
I
They
see.
patched it like the next day or two ago, or after that.
Yeah, it definitely runs at a much smoother frame. Not much smoother, but a smoother frame rate when it's docked.
Shit, guys. I'm looking at the Dark Souls remastered page on Nintendo's website, like their official website.
Yeah.
And of course, release date May 25. That's cool to know. Platform Nintendo Switch, obviously. Category action RPG makes sense. Number of players to be determined.
Oh, wait.
What? 2-player Dark Souls? 3-player Dark
Whoa.
Souls?
Yeah, no, they increased the amount of players you can have in game at once online. I don't know if you heard about this.
No.
But
Yeah, but I mean, like, what? Can I just like give my friend a Joy-Con and be like, yo, let's
wait,
split screen this shit?
Hold on, you joke, but what is that mode in Mario Odyssey?
Yeah, I'm gonna
We're gonna have two
throw
people.
my helmet around.
yeah.
They could do something for like
Throw
kids
my
to
helmet.
play along with you. Have your
No,
have
it's the ultimate challenge. One person moves, the other person rolls. One person has the sword, one person has the shield.
Didn't Twitch
Yes.
not beat Dark Souls by using chat commands?
I think.
I'm pretty sure
they
they beat Dark Souls, so it could happen. You guys joke.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Wow.
If that happens on the Switch, damn, am I getting it?
Yeah.
But Dark Souls isn't the only thing that's coming to Switch. Actually, they released this like bunch of videos last week that was like, hey, here's all the stuff coming to the Switch soon. So we're not going to talk about all of it. You can look it all up yourself. But we
fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you. No, we love you guys.
Whoa,
we
guys.
love you guys.
Back
you guys
up.
are fun.
Get a donut, guys.
What?
Get a donut. It's calm
Get
down.
a donut.
God, what are we? A bunch of cops?
Just keep going. Keep going,
So
Robert.
the world ends with you. That old DS, right? Not even 3DS. It was Nintendo DS.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Ends with me. I thought it ended with you.
Hey.
Dude, this game is so good. I'm really excited. It looks, I'm somewhat torn on the looks. Like, yeah, the artistic style is there in the remake, but it also looks like it's kind of been mobile phone-ified a little bit, the graphics, so that kind of hurts me a little bit, but still, the game is awesome. One of the best RPGs to come out in a great time for Square Enix. They had such awesome releases back in the DS days. I played this game in the Caribbean on a cruise ship.
Wow.
And that's how I remember The World Ends With You. That's my last memory of it. And so it's going to bring me back there. I'm all in on this. I'm buying it on Switch.
Oh,
Day
yeah.
one.
I'm
Same.
definitely have to pick it up. I actually was playing the original version as late as last year. I didn't get that far into it, but I can't confirm, though, the graphics kind of look like they showed in the remix. Like, they look cleaner, of course, and up-resed.
yeah.
But they kind of still look like that mobile gamey stuff if you go back and play the original.
A little too flash graphics, right? Flash gaming graphics for me.
Yeah,
A little bit
that's
too
just
much.
that's just how they are. I don't know. I'm curious to see how the gameplay translates, though, from going to directly controlling two separate characters at once to not in this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So
With this and Secret of Mana, Square is all about bringing back some of their old games, remaking them, remastering them, etc. We'll see how
this
successful
game
they are
deserves
with
it,
that.
man.
Let me.
Yeah,
can I introduce the next game?
Well, I just wanted to say I'm excited
Oh.
about World Ends With You too. I mean, don't
Yes.
forget me, guys.
Oh,
Jeez.
sorry.
I don't care.
Here's the
I don't
host.
care, Robert. I don't
just-
care about things you
Just
like.
spout off the news.
Look, I'm just saying, man. I wanted to play it so bad back in the day, like when I owned a DS, and I just never got around to it. So I just kind of have resigned myself to be like, that's just a game I'm never gonna play ever. And the fact that it's coming to the Switch, I'm just like, yo, okay, all right, Squeenix, I'll throw you the money, I'll do it.
There was a Circuit City that was going out of business, and they had it on sale for like $17. And back then, $17 for a DS game was like a steal. Believe it or not, this is like in the whatever that was, 2008, 2009, whatever. So the next game, guys, Mario Axis of evil. Mario Axis. It's going to be the Mario Brothers Mussolini. And the Nazi
Mario
army.
has shaved most of his mustache, but
gonna
he's left a little bit right under the nose.
Oh,
It's
no.
kind of very rectangular.
No,
it's a very,
this is a different game. I'm just
square
joking. I
shape.
just wanted to make my stupid joke. Mario Aces. Tennis is back. Single player story mode, guys. I think I'm missing those old GameCube Mario sports games. Mario Super Striker, Mario Baseball, Mario Tennis back then. It's been a while since we had some good Mario themed sports games, and I'm all in. And there has been just an emptiness in my soul, a tennis racket shaped hole in my heart. There just haven't been very, very good tennis games outside of VR. And I'm not about to play some tennis in VR. It's fun for a while, but like bring me back to my old Mario happiness. So Mario Aces is coming out, and I'm excited.
I am so excited for this. If anything, the reason why I'm throwing my money at this game is because have you seen Waluigi's new slick haircut? Oh my God. Just hanging out of that visor like that.
He's a dapper gentleman now.
Man, he's finally getting a spotlight. You know how they fucking antagonized him in Mario Odyssey with the Waluigi outfit? They're like, yeah, this is the guy sometimes it doesn't get the spotlight enough and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're bringing him back in this tennis game. I'm about to whoop some ass with Waluigi.
Hey, don't give up on Waluigi being in Odyssey, because they're patching Luigi into Odyssey. So one day.
I hope that the Squid Kids make an appearance in the tennis game. They were in Mario Kart. So here's to the Splatoon Squid Kids. We'll see.
Like, why can't they? What they need to do is they need to take Mario Kart and they need to take sports games like this and just turn them into Super Smash Kart. You know what I mean? Like, take all the Nintendo characters and shit and then throw them in the fucking kart games.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And do that to the sports games too. You know how fucking cool it would be to play fucking tennis with Samus,
Mega Man, Strider,
guys. Mario Kart Battle Royale.
100 Marios on an island.
Dude, it's just you take the battle mode, you just have an entire island, you drop all the Mario Karts in there. Oh my God, why isn't this happening?
I need this.
The story mode has really cool bosses and stuff. It looks really entertaining. I wonder, what do you guys think on the bet that there might be rabbits in this one? You think?
Maybe. I don't care.
Potentially.
Maybe? I don't know.
I think-
Ubisoft's name isn't tied to it. So.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Quick little thing here. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Volume 3, has been confirmed for 2020. So, I don't know. That's cool. It's nice to know Chris Pratt still has a job.
Cool.
2020 is so far away. So, is that like spoilers for Infinity War? Like they're all going to live?
I get. Unless there's a new Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know.
I don't know enough, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's cool
Guardians
to know.
of the Galaxy?
The Guardians of the Galaxy. Yep. And this is I just wanted to throw that out there. But here's some news that happened pretty recently. It's fresh, hot off the presses. It's just right out the oven. We're going to Jack Cepeda live on the field. Jack, you are at Nintendo's cardboard factory. What do you have in store for us today?
There's blood everywhere. The paper cuts are real.
Oh, Jesus.
This is terrible. I was trying to make a backpack and become a robot boy.
Shut it down. Shut it down. It's all over. cut.
Help me. There's so much blood. There's so much blood.
And with that, we are introducing Nintendo Labo.
Labo, however the hell you say it.
Labrador.
Nintendo Labo, subtitle, there's blood everywhere.
See, what...
Paper cuts, guys.
They were just like, listen, they weren't even trying to sell it as a toy, though. That's what I love about this trailer. Like, I mean, it is a toy, but like the way that this trailer starts, it shows the fucking literal flat piece of cardboard coming out onto the conveyor belt, and then they just stamp it, and they're like, yeah, we're going to sell you this for $80.
Hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves too much, guys. For people that haven't seen the video, Robert, why don't you describe for people what Nintendo Labo is?
So what Nintendo Labo is they're making fun little cardboard cutouts that you can piece together to make 3D objects. You can slide like the whole Switch in there, or just maybe the Switch screen, and then the 2 Joy-Cons in like another slot or something.
And then there's software associated with each little thing. You can make like a piano. You can make like a fishing reel, a fishing rod.
Yeah, so you can feel like, oh, hey, I'm actually fishing, or oh, hey, I'm actually playing a piano or whatever. I just can't get my mind around the fact that it's just cardboard.
It's a lot of cardboard. Hey, guys, it's genius. I mean, those are going to be cheap to produce, and they are charging way too much, man. I mean, it does come with software. It's not just the cardboard, do-it-yourself crafting at home, but it comes with software. But, man, they start at like $70-$80 start.
Yeah.
At that. That is... Whoo. It's a
I
lot.
don't know, man.
And also, listen, no joke, guys. I'm literally, if I buy any of these and make them, I'm going to have to hide them from my cat because my cat will have her own little Labo day scratching that cardboard up. She loves cardboard. So
yeah, I just cannot see myself buying this. This definitely feels more like a toy, kind of like geared toward younger Nintendo fans.
I mean,
for sure.
they said it's for kids and kids at heart. Like in the
I think it's a really cool, interesting, original idea. I am excited to see where it goes. I think it's something that I could never see Sony or Microsoft doing. It's something only Nintendo could do. It's so weird, but it's
just
creative.
imagine Sony selling you like, okay, you get this cardboard and you put your entire PS4 console
put
in
it in there. Yeah.
Dude, well, that's the thing though. Like, knowing PlayStation, they'll probably somehow copy this. They'll be like, "It's the Sony. What was the meme I saw? Crafto. The Sony Crafto.
You know they're sitting there thinking like, man, damn it, they got us. We need something like this. Give us some kind of cardboard bullshit. But I can see EA. They're probably making a credit card chip reader to do your microtransactions directly into it. That was a bad joke that didn't land. Okay.
Here's the thing. I get that it was a joke, but I felt like, no, that's probably gonna happen.
Probably what they'll do. Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't know. Stick the whole Switch in there, like Robert said.
Yeah,
that
it's
sounds very strongly sexual, by the way. Stick the whole Switch in there.
The kid with the robot backpack and stuff. Like some of those look pretty intricate on the inside. Like some of them look like you're gonna have to do some work to get them work. I mean, he had like a visor that he like pulled down over his eyes. Like, what's going on there?
Dude, I'm gonna be like, hey, Dad, let's put this together for this console, Dad.
Guys, there's gonna be some of these, if not already, that are gonna be like over $100, $150. I'll bet you. That's too much.
Dude, it's literally the new Legos, guys.
Everyone's cardboard.
Listen, everyone's gonna pre-order the shit out of this, and scalpers are gonna take advantage of this shit like crazy. That's the hilarious part.
I was sitting here thinking, I was thinking to myself, like, this is genius. And the reason why I thought it was genius because I thought there were going to be some options that might be $20. I had no thought ever did it cross my mind that one of these gadgets or things would be the price of a full game, but they start higher than a game. So I'm just like, wow, like. It's a cool idea, and I'm glad Nintendo's doing it, but just like it's too much money, man. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
Nintendo's like Nintendo's like, hey, so like I picture like I don't know, Shigeru Miyamoto or something like sitting at a table and eating cereal, and he's like looking at the back of the cereal box, and he's like seeing one of those cutout things on a cereal box. He's like, and he drops his spoon from his cereal. He's like,
brain blast.
Gets up. Yatta! He runs up fucking down the stairs. He's like, okay, we're gonna see fucking cardboard. Attention switch. Got it.
Yeah.
$80.
They will eat this shit up, guys.
Man.
I don't know. When I look at it,
this is what happens when Nintendo gets money.
I can't. I don't know. I feel like this is something that'll kind of be successful for the first month, and then after that, it will just die immediately.
Yo, I kind of want it though. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you don't. I will say though, the jokes I've been seeing on Twitter are pretty fucking great. Like there was someone who tweeted something. It was like a cardboard like phone, and it was like Nintendo's new voice chat system.
Yeah, yeah, cardboard headset. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. That's funny.
It's great. It's great. I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see where this goes, but it's not going to be in my house.
They are getting all the news though, man. It's something new and fresh, and in video games that is increasingly rarer and rarer.
Listen, Nintendo's doing well enough to where they can start being weird again, and that's great.
Yeah. I want them to go all the way weird and see where this goes. Make a full set of cardboard armor. Like, you know, you got to buy the helmet, you got to buy the...
You strap the Switch tablet to your chest like Iron Man.
I mean, hey, the robot suit makes you look like a cardboard version of Matt Damon from Elysium, so...
Yeah, true story.
All right, we have one more piece of news for you, and it's unfortunately a very sad, remorseful piece of news. Okay, the old band from the 90s, the Cranberries, their lead singer, Dolores O'Riordan, has unfortunately passed away earlier this week.
Sucks.
The young age of 46 too, which is like, that's the saddest part to me. It's like so much more life ahead of her, but
yeah, and they've still been putting out great songs. Obviously, they had the peak of their success in the 90s. I mean, some of my favorite songs, Ode to My Family, Linger, Dreams, and they just, you know, they're iconic, you know, and they came out in that kind of post-grunge era. and they were a soundtrack to a lot of my middle school and a lot of my high school. So yeah, it's rough, man. I don't know why we keep losing like all the great singers now, you know, way before their time, you know. But she was suffering she was suffering from some health issues that had them cancel a tour early last year, and so they haven't released any like cause of death or anything. But obviously her family's devastated, and the fans and everyone around the world, any fan of good music. She had such, you know what, like she wasn't like the greatest like technical like Mariah Carey singer ever, but she had such a unique voice. I can't think of any other female that sounds like her.
Like I was thinking,
since then.
Like she has the kind of voice where if you had never heard a Cranberry song before and you just look at the lyrics, sure you can try singing it, but there's no way you'll ever come close to singing it the way she does.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Such a signature sound to her voice and her timbre and everything. So wow, I am sad about it, and so I just want to kind of pay respects. I spent that whole night, once I found out about what happened, I spent the whole night just listening to old Cranberry songs and watching videos, and even seeing some of the newer ones that have come out recently, and they're still good, man. They're still
I need to listen to more of their stuff. They're kind of honestly the band that got me into shoegaze and stuff like that. They're kind of like the gateway band that got me into shoegaze and stuff like that.
I feel like this could be right or wrong, but I feel like I could see like a Cranberries song, or at least the music to one of their songs, maybe in like a Life is Strange. But maybe
I could see it.
You think so? Yeah. And I'm just like, man,
100%.
So you know, pour one out.
Some sad news there.
Yeah,
but let's turn things around. We're on the home stretch of this episode, so I'm going to toss it over to Robert for this week's question of the week.
Self-serve.
You always love throwing it up to yourself.
Damn right I do. So, gentlemen, you got your thinking caps ready? You ready to...
I
have a cap on if a PlayStation cap is close enough to a thinking cap.
I have my 2-pound metal Craftsman single piece of steel bottle opener that could kill a man.
Yeah, you're going to take the shit out of that thing's kneecaps, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's something you want recorded on the
Nancy
internet.
Kerrigan, watch out. No, just kidding.
This is his confession, guys.
Yeah, I know. As if I had to say I'm kidding, yeah.
All right, guys. Here we go. It's a little bit, there's just a lot to it, but it's simple, I promise.
Don't make my brain hurt, okay?
Would you rather be both colorblind and only can see out of one eye, or have tinnitus, but instead of a faint like ringing sound, it's you faintly always hear Darude Sandstorm?
Yes. I just watched a documentary on Darude Sandstorm this weekend, dude. I don't know why.
Wait, there's a documentary?
Absolutely, there's documentaries
Why am I
on
just
Darude
not
Sandstorm.
finding out about this?
Dude, I can't lose Darude's on. Yes, there absolutely is.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's the clear winner, right? Because I don't want to have my depth perception gone, because it'll make driving way harder, way more dangerous. Also, VR won't be a thing anymore. 3D movies I can live without. I don't care about that, but I want my vision, you know, for a lot of reasons. And so I'll pick the Darude Sandstorm tinnitus. Was that all, or was there other part to that part?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Because I've invested in good headphones and a good DAC and everything. And so I'll just blast the music really loud to get over the Darude somehow, if it's even possible. So every quiet part of every song would just be destroyed forever. Yeah.
Guys, imagine watching Baby Driver, but every time he talks about his tinnitus and his ears are ringing, it's just Darude Sandstorm instead.
That's funny. Someone's got to make that cut. That's got to exist. That's got to be a thing.
I need that cut now.
Yes,
oh my
me
god,
too.
it's amazing.
Oh my god, dude! Is there even any question? Of course, you take Darude Sandstorm, and I'm a person with early onset tinnitus myself. Like, fuck yeah!
Man, I'm surprised you guys are so easily jumping to that, because like that pretty much ruins music for you, dude.
No, I know. You just blast it louder.
No, yeah. If it's I mean, having tinnitus now, you just blast music. It's fine.
Yeah.
Loud noises.
I have low grade tinnitus, but it never bothers me. I have to really like try and listen for it to.
Right. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah.
It's never been an issue. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
So you guys are totally fine with like you're listening to an album and between every track.
I cannot tell you how okay I am with that option.
So like,
fine.
does that mean when you like go to a loud concert or whatever, and like your ears are ringing really fucking loud, like it just the music gets louder?
That's
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow, man.
So just while you're laying in bed, all you hear is.
Man, how hard would sleeping be?
I was just thinking like it would make sleeping pretty difficult. You'd have to come up with some fancy tricks. Take a lot
Because you're
of
like
Valium.
always hype, right? Like whenever you're not listening to music, you're just always
Yeah.
ready to
Like,
punch
I would just be
something.
sitting there. I would just be laying in bed sweating because of all the adrenaline flowing
You
through my
got the
body.
you got the neon sticks and the candy necklaces at the ready at all times.
What's that in your bag? Why do you have so many glow sticks?
Yeah.
What's candy?
Dude, you don't know the way Darude is in my head, man. It's in my
You know
blood.
the way. That
He's
is the
always
true way.
Darude is the way.
He's the
Man.
queen.
Okay, I mean, I would totally choose Darude Sandstorm too. 'Cause fuck that, I'd live with that. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Besides, like, it fucked with my sight. I couldn't. I mean, having my sight is really important because I want to be in video games and stuff. I like video games, so it's really hard to play video games without being able to see.
Also, I never recommend this. Do not do this. But if you don't want to listen to me, try closing your eye while you're driving. Try closing one eye for like 10 seconds. It sucks.
Don't do that. You might cause an accident.
Do not do that, I'm saying. Let's
All
move
right,
on.
that I think is it for us. I believe.
Yeah. That's
It's
a
been an
fact.
interesting podcast. This is great. This is great.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. So if you have any would you rather or any questions of the week that you want us to read, or just anything in general that you want us to kind of comment on, or if you have questions, comments, concerns, etc., you can email them to us at tinydiscpodcast@gmail.com. Let's see, you can also follow us on all of our social medias, which you can find all the links on tinydisc.com. We've got Facebook, Twitter, etc. In tinydisc.com, you can also find all of our previous episodes if you are so inclined to check back on our backlog, because we've got a lot of great ones in the store. If you enjoyed what we did here, you can leave us an iTunes review. It'd really help us out. It just, means more than you think. And if not that, just tell a friend. Let them know, like, hey, here's a bunch of chaps who talk about video games and Darude Sandstorm. That's what more do you need, honestly? Like,
Three
that's
young
kind of it.
lads talking about getting paper cut to death in a Nintendo cardboard factory. That's what
For
the show's about.
$70.
Yes.
And I want to give a shout out to my dudes that came on over and started listening from the Kind of Funny Facebook group. You the man for sure.
Nice.
You the
Yes,
mans.
hello.
You the mans.
That should do it for us, though. Where can we find you guys on the internet?
Colin Amano on Twitter, aka booboo__55.
At JACCEPEDA, Mr. Cepeda, if you nasty.
So listen, I want to say something about that real quick because I didn't actually know you switched it to "if yo nasty" in your actual fucking screen
Robert
name.
brought that up like 2 months ago, dude.
Yeah, I was
did
about to
you?
say, I said that too, yeah.
Oh fuck. Maybe I just completely forgot about it because I saw it the other day. And I was like, he actually did it. Like I thought he just said that.
Would he lie, Colin? Do you think Jack Cepeda is a man who'd lie to you?
I'm many things. I'm not a liar. I'll shoot you straight.
I guess that's true. He'll sell a fucking pen to a pen company, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a saying that people say, right? Pen to a pen company.
I guess
A
I
pen
don't
to
know.
a pen
I
company.
was like fucking. I was looking for something, and that just flowed out.
Ice
It
to
happens.
Eskimos.
Yes, ice.
There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
You could find me at Pinoptimist, PINOPTIMIST. Thank you so very, very, very much for listening to the Tiny Disc Podcast, and we'll see you next Thursday.
There's so much blood.